Good afternoon. First of all, I would like to introduce myself. My name is John Keharanyaga. I'm a Kenyan per se. I'm a Kenyan nationality, but I've been living here in Dubai for the past since 2015. That's from October, and I would like to share my journey. Maybe it might you know it might inspire someone, and especially those people who are coming to Dubai recently for the past like 2 to 3 years before and after the corona. uh, I would like to give my view or my story since I came to Dubai. So as I said, the first time I came to Dubai was in 2015, and that's the time. It was on October, the month of October. It was very hot. So for those, just a hint that for those who are willing to come to Dubai, you might be watching this video, you are in Kenya, and you might be inspired. For those who want to come, just know these months from August, September, October, these are months. And also because me, I came from this time, like it was very hot. I would say it was extremely very hot. You could go outside, the windows were like, the weather had turned to it it's sunny, but you find it like it's raining. There was a lot of humid. That's what I'm trying to say. But getting to the point is, when I came to Dubai, it was 2015. And you know no one tells you this, but I will better tell you the truth that when you come from your country, your home countries, like in my view, I came from Kenya. I thought things are like, that simple, and you come and start to work, all those things, there are all those things you create in your mind, and you're thinking like, for sure, Dubai is a land of milk, and which is true. But it doesn't come that easy. Nothing good comes that easy. You have to work for it. You have to do the hard work. You have to get involved in a lot of stuff. You have to grow in your mindset that your mother is not here. No one is going to look after you. You are your sole responsibility. So 2015 it is. And I start to, we call it tarmac. That time we used to call it tarmacking. You have to go, to print a lot of CVs and go outside, when it's very hot, you can imagine. And you go shop after shop after shop, looking for job, asking if they've got vacancies, dropping those CVs, taking their emails. There's a lot we used to do at that time that we were tarmacking. And I'm telling you, it was very hot. The weather was unbearable here. But thank God, I didn't do it for a long time. I did it until November 11. That was my first company. It's in Dubai International Financial Center. That was my first company. That was my first job in a foreign country. And luckily enough, the manager was Kenyan. So I thought, like, wow, it's a relief that a Kenyan manager, would be hiring me. But I'm telling you, she was very tough. Felicia, bigger, but it's all up to you that you gave me this chance, and here I am today. Without you, I don't know, it was all in God's plan, but bigger, Felicia, wherever you are, wherever you see this message. So, and I start this company. It was a coffee shop, sandwich making company, and I used to toast the sandwiches. I used to make toast the bread, and I also learned how to make coffee in this place. I learned how to make salads. For those when you're now Liza, what is salads? There are people in from where I come from. In nimetoka Ushago huko Kikuyuni, huko Murang'a. I never see people eating leaves kama ng'ombe. I used to, we call it unakulaje majani kama ng'ombe. But here, my friend, I come, you can imagine I come from that far. huko Kikoe, huko Murang'a huko, alafu nakuja in a foreign land, napata watu wanakula wanakula majani. Just think about it, like unaona mtu anakula majani, anaisha salad, sijui anakula masukuma, vitu zingine hata uwezi, sijui mayai japikwa, sijui imeboiliwa, sijui unachanganya vitu mingi. So it was like a new experience for me, but as we say, you cope up. You cope up with a lot of things. You have to adjust. So my first company, and I stayed there for like 1 year 8 months. So you can imagine, we used to work from Monday to Friday, Saturday, Sunday. So Monday to Thursday. On Friday was it's here on Friday ni kama church. Muslim, they worship their God, and they go to church or to the mosque on Friday. And Saturday was not, so it was like 2 days off. But let's say I had 1 day off, but I had 2 days off. For those who have been here, they can understand, because on Saturday we used to go and do the general cleaning, so that on Monday when we start, we will have a very clean environment when we're working, and we don't have to rush, we didn't clean this is that, it is So 1 year 8 months I stayed in this company. I can complain. It was a good place to learn, a good place to get experience, a good place to meet a lot of people. I met a lot of staff, I met a lot of colleagues, some came, some left, and also a lot of guests and a lot of experience. That's, let's say in whole, I got a lot of experience in, culture wise, social wise, but the pay was not enough. I used to get 2,000 dirham. So you can imagine 2,000 dirham that time, it was around pretty much around 55,000 Kenya shilling. That money I had to pay rent here. The rent here was 800,000. That's around like 16,000 16,000 Kenya shilling. Then I had to buy food, I had to send money at home. So in simple, the money was not enough. It was 2,000 dirham. So I had to be the bigger person and know, what I want, not give up. Plus, I was young, so for me, I didn't have interest much on when it comes to matters money, but because I was still learning, I didn't know, we call it a learning process, because first you get this much money I never touch. 50,000 Kenya shillings is a lot, but when you're in another country, it's not that much. But you have to, I used to think like, I'm in Kenya, what can I do with this money? So I used to do it, to plan it like I'm in Kenya, even though I was here. So it's a lot of story, but I think I stayed there for 1 year, 5 months, a lot of learning, a lot of studying. I didn't have any experience, so you can imagine it was tough, it was difficult, it was not an easy task. But yes, I never went to school for hospitality, but here I am. I'm toasting sandwich, I'm talking to the guests, I'm serving coffee. This was all new to me, I want to tell you. And then 1 year 8 months, I was the hospitality job. When you work in a restaurant, it's I would say per my experience, because you keep doing the same thing every day, you get bored. So you get bored, like, because okay, on Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, you go to work. If you're morning, you open the restaurant, you clean, you prepare the area, you wipe the floor. Guests start to come around 8, you serve the coffee, you serve the sandwich, you serve the salad, you close. It's the same thing, it's the same repetition, of events that you do, and it's like they all stack up in your mind. And what happens is you have to to adjust to it. At some time, as a human, you will get bored of doing the same thing every single day. So I started to look for another option of job. And the first time I went to work in a hotel, H Hotel, Dubai. I'm a colleague I would say I used to work there for almost 3 years. Wow, that was a long. I would say not 3 years, 2 years actually. It was 2 years and 2 months, 2 years, 2 months, 3 months around there. But now this job, I joined this job as a food runner. A food runner, for those who don't know, is a person who his or her work is just to stand at the pass in the kitchen, take the food, take to the waiter, go back to the pass. You have to keep doing the same thing, preparing the cutlery, making sure your service is smooth. So it's also a repetitive series of events every single day. And this job I do it for like 8 months. Yeah, we opened during Ramadan. We did it until December, and then the restaurant closed. Guess what happens next? On my next story, as we move on, part 2 of the story, you're gonna know what happened after the company closed. You must be curious, but I'm your man, I'm your guy, the guy who gonna get you interested. I want you to get interested. I want you to know that if you are listening to this message, that it's not easy out here, but with your resilience, with your tolerance, with you being humble, you learning how to work with people, you can do a lot, you can achieve a lot, you have that hungriness, you have that hunger to achieve a lot, especially in our terms, like we come from an African country, and you are the bread and you are the winner. So on to the next. I'm about John Kiharanyaga. Maybe meet on the next episode. Thank you.